Look at yourself for a second. Be honest. How many times have you picked up your phone today without even thinking? How many hours have disappeared into scrolling, tapping, refreshing, only for you to barely remember what you watched? And the worst part is, it didn't even feel that good. It just felt numbing, automatic, empty. So let's stop softening it. Let's stop pretending it's harmless. Is your phone ruining your life? This isn't just usage, it's dependence. Let's call it what it is. This isn't just being on your phone a lot. This is dependence, because addiction isn't limited to substances. At its core, addiction is anything that you struggle to stop, reach for without thinking, and continue using even when it has negative or harmful consequences on your life. And your phone. It checks every box. You don't just use it when you need it. You rely on it to fill space, to avoid discomfort, and to keep your mind constantly occupied. Over time, that reliance becomes so normal that you stop noticing it. Inaction is still a choice. Your phone was meant to be a tool, something to help you communicate, stay organized, and make certain parts of life easier. That's it. It was never meant to fill every quiet moment, replace your thoughts, or control your attention. Be the first thing you see in the morning or the last thing at night. But that's exactly what it has become. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This didn't just happen to you. You allowed it to stay. Your life is being replaced in real time. Every time you pick up your phone without thinking, you're making a trade. You're choosing something easy but empty over something real. You're giving up your time, your focus, your energy, your potential for what? Short videos you won't remember, content that doesn't matter, endless noise that is meaningless. And it doesn't feel like a big deal in the moment, but it adds up quietly. Hours, days, weeks, until this huge part of your life has been spent consuming things that gave you nothing back. You tell yourself you're taking a break, but what you're actually doing is avoiding. Real rest restores you. It gives you energy back, but endless scrolling leaves you feeling drained, distracted, and disconnected. And yet, you keep going back to it, not because it helps, but because it temporarily numbs what you don't want to feel. That's not rest, that's escape. This is why you feel stuck. If you've been feeling unmotivated, mentally drained, like everything important feels too much, like you can't focus, or like you keep procrastinating, this is not random. Your brain adapts to what you repeatedly give it. When it's constantly fed fast, effortless stimulation, it starts to resist anything that requires patience or effort. So things like working, focusing, or even starting something meaningful begin to feel overwhelming. Not because you're lazy, but because your mind has been trained to expect everything to be easy and immediate. But you know deep down, that's not how life is supposed to feel. You are supposed to use your brain. You are supposed to focus. You are supposed to challenge yourself. Life is meant to require effort. It's meant to push you out of your comfort zone, to make you think, to make you grow. You're supposed to work through things, develop your skills, strengthen your mindset, and build discipline over time. You're supposed to move forward, step up, and evolve, not stay in a loop of constant ease. Because think about it. As a human being, you're meant to move your body, to think deeply, to solve problems, to engage with the real world. So of course you feel stuck, because you're living in a way that keeps you on autopilot when you were never meant to live like that. And the longer that continues, the more you will feel numb. This is bigger than your phone. This isn't just about a device, it's about control. Right now, your attention is constantly being pulled in different directions, and the more you respond to that automatically, the less control you feel. So, what do? You don't need another trick or small adjustment. You need to wake up. You need to see this clearly without minimizing it or brushing it off, because nothing changes until you're honest about what's actually happening. Be honest with yourself. Take a moment and really think about this. Ask yourself these questions. Don't rush the answers. Sit with them. How much of your life is actually being spent staring at a screen? Take a good look at your screen time over the last couple of weeks and months. What are you trying to escape every time you reach for your phone? Boredom, stress, loneliness, your own thoughts? And when you finally put it down after hours of scrolling, how do you actually feel? Refreshed, fulfilled, or just numb and drained? If you're honest with yourself, you'll start to notice how much of your attention, energy, and time is being consumed every single day. Now imagine what your life could look like if you took that control back. Imagine what you could do with all this time. How much more present, focused, creative, and alive you could feel. You have to decide. At some point, this becomes a decision. Not in the moment you grab your phone, but in the bigger picture of how you want to live. Because you cannot build focus, discipline, or a meaningful life while constantly escaping into distraction. Those two things cannot exist together. This is where it changes. Change doesn't happen when you download a scheduling app or set a timer. It happens when you reach a point where you're no longer okay with the way things are. When you decide that your time, your attention, and your life matters more than constant distraction. That shift, even if it's quiet, is where everything starts. Take your control back. At some point, distraction stopped being intentional. You picked up your phone for one simple reason: to reply to someone, check something quickly, maybe search for information. But somewhere along the way, you got pulled into endless distractions that had nothing to do with why you opened it in the first place. And over time, that became automatic. A habit, a cycle, a trap. That's how people slowly lose control without even noticing it. But your phone is supposed to be a tool, not something that leaves you feeling disappointed in yourself, mentally exhausted, unmotivated, or disconnected from your own life. Use it with intention. Use it for specific reasons that actually add value to your life, to learn, to create, to stay connected with people you care about, to listen to music, to stay informed, set limits. Be conscious of why you're opening it before you do. Because the goal isn't to never use your phone again. The goal is for you to be in control of your habits instead of your habits controlling you. You will feel discomfort. That feeling is good and it's important, because that's exactly what you've been avoiding. And the only way to break the pattern is to face it. Reclaim your attention. Your attention shapes your life. Whatever you consistently give your time and focus to slowly becomes your reality. So ask yourself, how do you actually want to spend your days? What kind of life are you trying to build? What goals matter to you this year? And what are the next steps you need to take towards achieving these goals? Because deep down, there are probably things you want to be doing instead. Things that genuinely matter to you. Things that make you feel fulfilled, connected, creative, alive. But those things require attention. And right now, your attention is being scattered in 100 different directions. It doesn't have to stay that way. You can choose what deserves your focus. This is your wake-up call. No one is going to fix this for you. No setting will magically solve it. And no small productivity trick is going to undo a habit that's been reinforced every single day for years. This comes down to awareness, honesty, and your willingness to change. Because if you constantly feel pulled toward your phone, even when you don't want to be, if you keep losing time to it despite knowing it's hurting your focus, motivation, and mental clarity, then you need to start treating it for what it really is: an addiction. And the moment you stop minimizing it is the moment real change can begin. Your phone itself is not the problem, but the way it's being used is costing you more than you realize. So if something in you recognizes this, don't ignore it. Because once you truly see the hold it has on you, you can't unsee it. And from that moment on, you have a choice. You either continue as you are or you take your life back.